It's always a lonely, lonely time when I'm in LA all by myself. Ma Bear and Taika left back for Vegas already because, Taika got school. So he has to do the whole school thing. Ma Bear went back with her. And since this week, our JK News week is pushed back because everyone has crazy schedules, I'm just staying like the whole weekend and today for JK News tomorrow. And every time they leave me, I always feel so lonely and sad. It's just me and this guy right here. Remember all the times on like JK News and the vlogs where I've been talking about eczema on my balls? I finally got a chance to get seen by a dermatologist. So they prescribed me some like mild steroid and then also to put on this lotion. And I've been putting it on for about a week now and it feels way better. I'm not scratching my nuts in the middle of meetings, trying to hide myself from like scratching underneath or anything like that. So my nuts are in way better shape. I have no idea what it is. It could be me moving from LA to Nevada, and Nevada does have harsher water. So if you are moving from LA to Nevada, make sure you get a water softener. For me, I think almost within the first 2 months, I realized, oh wow, the water here is really harsh. But because early on we already knew we were going to move out, I didn't want to go through the trouble of installing a water softener because it's downstairs where my big ass safe was. So I just knew it was going to be a pain in the ass. So for sure, we're getting a water softener in the new house. So I probably, like after I wean off these steroids, I probably should be completely fine and not have any more of these weird eczema things. Because growing up, I never really had eczema, which is really interesting that now as an adult, like certain stimulus, I don't know, maybe my skin got more sensitive or something, but now I do get it from random stimulus. So before I head out to the office, I'm grabbing my meal for lunch, and yep, still on a diet. And yesterday I meal prepped. Look at that. Bam. Aren't you guys proud of me? Really trying to stick to the diet and not allow myself any opportunity to make dumb decisions like order KFC or something like that. So yesterday I made this. This is a cup of rice, some asparagus. How do you say asparagus in plural? Asparaguses, and then also about 60 grams of protein right there. And I made 4 of these. Packing the little ponzu, because ponzu with steak almost always tastes incredible. And it's like one of those low calorie things that's adds a little sapaz to your pizzazz. You know what I'm talking about? Hama.
You said I wasn't on the end.
That's what I said. I was like, don't worry, Mom, I'm a vlog right now because she hates being in vlogs. She likes her privacy. And I literally just turned the camera over to her. She's like, you said I wasn't going to be in it. Good morning, Shadow. Shadow, good morning. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh, I miss dogs. Good morning, Robert. Good morning. I usually always do my hair like when I'm going to the office, so I could be in my work mode, like I like to put on my work hat almost as if like when you're about to play a game, you put your jersey on and that's like your game day jersey. But since it's like a gloomy day, it just made me feel like, oh, let's be chill and relax. And maybe also because Ma Bear and Taika aren't here, I just feel like I want to be a little bit cozier instead of all like. Always feels good to be back in the Barbell office, even though no one's here, so I'm still lonely. But there's just something about an office space and that separation from work and home that gets your brain like turned on, like that's one thing I really learned through like the pandemic, when all of us were like working remote and stuff and working from home. Holy moly, 85 degrees. No wonder it's so hot in here. 72. There we go. Yeah, that's one thing that I realized when we were working from the office. Like that extra 30, 45 minutes that we would drive from home to the office, it felt like time wasted, you know, like in the first 2 or 3 weeks, I think, when we had the work from home, it felt like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, we wasted so much time. It feels so much productive working from home. But once we started getting settled into working from home, then I realized you're not as productive because you get comfy, and then the lines between work and your life get blurred, almost as if, like, you know, when you like train with a team at a gym, like a powerlifting team, right? Versus when you're like, I'm gonna just do push-ups or whatever at home, and then the push-ups turn into I'm gonna do push-ups while watching Ozarks, and then I'm gonna do push-ups while watching Ozarks, and also like making sure I start prepping dinner and put on my rice cooker. And then the intensity's not there anymore, and that's what I realized. It's actually really beneficial for me. Drive to 30, 45 minutes. Get here, boom, I got my Wolf on Wall Street on. I'm like, ready to rock and roll, motherfucker. And then I could even end my day early and then go home and then take my hat off and relax, versus just like a big mashed potato mush. So even though no one's here, I feel very productive already. And that's my goal right there. I'm gonna get cranking on work for a few hours, and then I'm gonna devour that steak because it looks delicious. So this is how I like to work, to be as efficient as possible, especially when you get to your desk and there's like something you're extremely passionate about, right? Like for me, like I'm really excited about where the direction of the Barbell Brigade apparel is going in the next couple of months. So I can't wait to work on that because it's design and it's creative. But I know I also have a bunch of other stuff I have to do. In the past, what I would have done is just jump straight to dessert and then boom, 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 and spend all this time on it. And then later on, I'm done with it and I zoom out and I'm like, oh fuck, I only got like an hour or two left and I have all these other things I have to do. So me being maturer, I guess, as a worker, the way that I've moved away from that so that I can be an efficient person, because so many different people rely on me in Barbell Brigade. Like, not only am I the chief creative director, I'm also talent. I'm also kind of part CFO. I also help like liaison some of the departments together. So I have a lot of hats, and that's just Barbell. I also have JK duties and stuff like that. That what I like to do is when I get to my desk, I spend my first like about 30 minutes looking at what I need to do today, what I wasn't able to tackle last week, and I put it all down on paper. Even though I already have it on my like notepad and also on my calendar and on my to-dos list, like my digital like operating software, there's something that's just so much more visceral when I write it down. So I wrote down everything that I got to do today before I leave. So from like Barbell, like even on the IG, like right now I'm technically the social media manager. So we have like the launch promo, also a bunch of dudes been lifting crazy heavy weights in our new oversized Rebirth and BB Ethos tees. So I want to shout them out. And also because we have a new launch, I want to make sure to post that in the stories. On my own personal IG, we got, I have to promote the podcast and also the launch. And also I've been dealing with certain things with like the veterans. So that's me personally, but I got to make sure I do that within their time frame, because they don't open 24 hours. So I got to make sure I do that within their like working window. Also, we're working with some like outside vendors on some really big things with Barbell. Got to check up on that. And also our Power Builder program. So the other coach, Jacob, he's bouncing back and forth from the States to Africa because he helps run one of Luol Deng's like biggest basketball camps, and he runs the strength and conditioning there. So we've been working on the next program. Get Lean, it was such a good success that we want to give like everyone that ran Get Lean, and also other people that just want to build muscle and get strong, like a follow-up. Like, what's the sequel thing to do? Especially even for myself, right? Like, I'm getting leaner and leaner and leaner. Now it's time to put the muscle back on and get the strength and put it back on. So we've been working on the Power Builder, so I have to see where we're at with that. And we got some really cool squat and deadlift designs that we're working on. If you guys follow the Barbell Brigade IG, and if you don't, you really should, because that's where we put all of our latest updates and stuff. You guys will remember that a few weeks ago we posted this new tee right here, right? It's like a squat and deadlift design. So we're really close to finalizing it. and I've been working with some really sick designers, so I gotta nail that in. Then also, this is the dessert I was talking to you about. We're planning like Barbell's next apparel design. Then I have our Basecamp pings. Basecamp is just like another like software, kind of like Slack or Monday or any of those operating software that like the entire company is on, and I need to get on there to make sure that I give everyone what they need from me, because I get probably at least 30 pings a day, at least, at the minimum. And then I got to plan the JK cast for this week. So this week on JK News, I'm really excited because Dante Bosco is back on, and also Namesh Patel, stand-up comedian. Thought he was super funny. He saw him on my Explore page, hit him up, and he was super down to come on, so I'm really excited about that. Then finalize some loan stuff with our new house. I came across a new like mortgage house, a mortgage firm, and so I just want to make sure we're getting the best rates possible, and then also working on our next collection in apparel. And I believe Gio is calling me, so I'll end it here. I'll call her back, and then I'll update you guys once I get banging on work. You guys want to see something cool? This distracted me from work, but in a good way. So you guys saw a few vlogs ago where I went to go check up on my dad's house, and we met up with the landscaper to kind of like get all the measurements and see what we can do for the back of his house. Well, I met up with more than just one landscaper, and one of them submitted designs already. So I wanted to show you guys what that dirt lot could actually end up looking like, and it looks really cool. Look at that. So that's that like backsliding door. When you come out, they extended the pavers. They put these little kind of like barrier walls, right? So if like kids come out and play, they don't just like run straight into the tree. And you can see there's a little bit of turf right there. So they put turf on that side too, right? You can set up like a little picnic table. I like the amount of trees. It kind of breaks up like the boxiness. And that's the other angle. And then that's that side turf area. And that's a top-down view. Pretty dope, right? Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think my dad's actually gonna be super happy with it too, because it just looks very straightforward, but not too straightforward as if like the homeowner did it. Because you know sometimes when like homeowners do things because we don't have swag, right? Like that's not our field. Like I'm a fitness guy, comedian guy. I'm not a landscaper. If I were to go to Home Depot and buy my own products, it's just gonna be very like cut and dry. So it's cool that like they were able to kind of swag it out and like utilize the space, and like I like how the turf isn't parallel with the wall, because then that would make it feel very stiff, you know. They just kind of swagged it out, which is really cool. So can't wait to send these to my dad and see what he thinks. Back to work. Look how cutie this is. So I was just checking in with Ma Bear because I missed her, and then we're vlogging now in the middle of work.
Well, you missed me because you got me sick, so I think you feel guilty.
True. But I still missed you, you big bozo brains.
Fine. Tell them what I was doing before.
What were you doing before? Flexing?
I was like, damn.
Whoa.
Look at my muscles.
Dang.
And I was going,
oh, dang, look at those abs. Holy moly. Damn. I think you're winning, to be honest.
I better fucking win.
Why?
Weighing like so much. I'm even like tracking my supplements, like every single Barbell Brigade supplement that I take.
Damn.
I track it. I track my immunity support. I track my barbell performance greens, my creatine. I track all of that. And even though it's 5 calories for everything combined, I'm still tracking it. So I better fucking win.
Fine.
Can't believe you got me sick.
I'm sorry.
That's alright.
Well, I did test today, and I'm negative. So, whatever you have is, I don't know what you have.
Well, it doesn't matter, because the CDC said, that's what they did. Basically, CDC new guidelines are like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, testing? Sure. We're
Yeah, they
like,
said
what?
treat. They said
CDC,
treat.
you're supposed to help us, huh?
Yeah, it says treat it like the flu, which it technically is just a flu or a cold.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better, Mama.
Thank you. You just got me sick and then you sent me on my way to Vegas with my fucking 5-year-old son who has endless amount of energy.
I know.
But he was taking care of me. He's like, I'm gonna get you water. Are you okay, Mom? Can I get you anything? And then the first thing he did when he woke up this morning, Mom, how do you feel?
Oh.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
I thought he was gonna take care of you like his style and go like, hey Mom, let me know if you need any lollipops, okay? Because I'll get a bunch of them.
No. He helped me make the Theraflu. He was like, wait a minute, why is this one orange? Papa's is red. And I'm like, oh, because this is for daytime. He goes, oh, okay. Like, he remembers.
Oh, that's cute.
He's a smart guy.
Bam, lunchtime. I'm actually kind of excited for this. Because I haven't had steak in a while, because it's actually really hard to find like super lean steak with me only having 1900 calories. And I was at Albertsons and they had this pre-made like sirloin. So I was, oh cool, like not pre-made as in pre-cooked, but like, you know, the kind that has a marinade and it's like in that vacuum seal. So I got that, made some asparagus, brought some ponzu. I always love ponzu with steak. And let's see. Smells pretty good. Yeah, this would be my little lunch. Open this bad boy. Pour some of this out of there. Bam. Let's see. I'm excited. Some of the steak I accidentally like overcooked. Like it's like medium well. Because I was cooking 8 of them at a time. And I kind of lost track. And I'm not familiar with Jill's mom's stove just yet, so I don't know how hot like her pan gets. But it still came out juicy though. Pretty good. Asparagus is good too. Take this back to work. Time to go on my midday walk. I think I only have 7,000 steps. And it's also good because, man, my eyes from staring at the computer, they get tired. Like they feel like weathered. So it feels good to like come out, get some sun on my skin, on my face, look at like actual alive things like trees and shit, plants and shit, you know? Because I always figure like we're a biological organism, right? So we're born to exist and look at like biological things, but because of modern society, like we're stuck in an office looking at computer screen like 2D images all the time, and we're not supposed to. Like our eyes are meant to like, look at this, look how beautiful this is. Our eyes are meant to look at 3D images, you know? We're meant to use our peripheral vision. Like we're meant to like literally look over here and then see stuff like, oh, what's going on over there? But we don't. We're literally looking at an image that looks like this. It's just flat. So I think that's why our eyes get tired. Shout outs to the gamers who could keep doing it though, you know? So I like to come out, get my steps in, and I've done a count too now, because before I'll be like walking and I keep checking my step tracker. I'm like, wait, did I get enough steps? Did I get enough steps? So when I hit like an actual good pace, I found out I can get about 1,000 steps every 10 minutes. So if I like go on a good 30-minute walk, I can hit 3,000 steps. And if I only have time for like 10 or 15, then I can add like 1,000 to 1,500. So that way I don't have to keep checking my watch, and I'll just add in steps as needed. So for now, since I'm at 7,000, I would like to close out the day already. So I'm gonna just hit a quick 30 and then get back to work. All right, a little update on what I was able to get done on my work list, task list thing for the day. So I still gotta promote one more thing on the Barbell IG at 6 p.m. and it's 5:30, so it's not time yet. But other than that, banged out all these things. This I still gotta do, and then these two are really, really important. So the next time I get a chance to work, I put a star so that I know to prioritize them. And the other thing that kind of sucks is what's part of work is as you're working, other things come up. So my task list is growing as I'm banging things out, which is good because ultimately that means there's progress, right? Like when you're like dig through something and more things surface. You're like, oh shit, I gotta fix that and fix that and fix that. So ultimately, you're moving in the right direction, even though you're like, damn it, this seems like I'll never be done. But I got through most of everything that's really, really important. The other two things could wait a little bit. So now I'm gonna go home because I promised Gio's mom I was gonna make her some of my warm, hearty, yummy noodles. Cause yep, as you heard from Gio, I got sick first, and then I got Gio sick, and I got Gio's mom sick. So I need to go back home and make sure she has nice hearty soup so I can take care of her. And I'll see you guys back there. All right, now it's time for me to make my famous, healthy, and hearty egg noodle soup. So I'm starting off by boiling some, ooh, that was hot, some hot water right there. And I'm gonna use this to make a chicken broth. And it doubles as two things. Because one, I'm just gonna boil these chicken thighs and it's gonna melt all this fat off. So this will be a lean meat after. But then, since I'm gonna be boiling green onions, a little bit of ginger, some salt in here, this is gonna make for really nice and clean broth. So anyone that's sick, it feels very like reviving, you know? Then I'm gonna have another pot, which I'll start boiling soon, and I'll put the veggies in there. And the method that I like to do it is I like to make like a soup concentrate in here. And that's usually like soy sauce, a little bit of sesame, garlic, and ginger. And then I use the soup broth from here, pour it in there, and ooh, I tested it, and I think I have my recipe down pat. We'll see. Alright, you see that beautiful mixture right there? I got ginger, I got garlic, got some sesame oil, got some soy sauce, even got some sriracha. And this might look too flavorful right now, and it is, because this is gonna be diluted with this beautiful chicken broth that I'm gonna put in, and it's gonna be so good. Alright, looks like it's moving and grooving. Get some of this salt action. Give it a little salt in. A little more. And then throw on some of these green onion stalks, or as they call aromatics. And then a little bit of this ginger action right here. And mix it all up. Be a nice little bath. Get ready for a chicken, which is ready right here. Get this little padding off. A pound of chicken thigh. Look at that. Here we go. Bam. That's what I'm talking about right there. Turn on the light. So we'll see what we're doing. That looks good. Now I'm getting the water started for the veggies over there. What's really cool with these sliced meats, which is why you have to go find them, it cooks so fast. I had this in here for probably, I don't know, like less than 5 minutes, and it looks like it's already done cooking. So I'm gonna just wait till it hits a boil so I know for sure that it's ready to eat, so we don't get salmonella. And then I'll probably pull this meat out, and then I'll like pull up some of these proteins, and this broth will be ready to cook some of the egg noodles in. And I like cooking the egg noodles in here because the egg noodles pick up this flavor. And then also, you know how like they like to put a little bit of pasta water into their dish? Well, I like getting some of that egg flavor in here too. So look at that. That already looks clean and good. Yep, that's ready to pull out. Look at all that good stuff. Ooh, yeah, that's the perfect broth right there. I might just let it simmer for another minute or two to render more of the fat off. And pull it out, and this is about ready to receive some veggies. I did throw some salt in here. Getting this ready. And this whole little recipe usually takes like under 20 minutes. Alright, in goes the veggies. And by the way, bok choy is something that pairs really well with ginger. Takes up ginger is so good. Let's push these guys in, get a little more room. Most importantly, getting the stalks in, because the leaf cooks so easily. You could almost just steam the leaf. Leave a little room for these guys. Try not to make a big mess. I love my gnocchi mushrooms. There you go. There you go. Time to pull the chicken out. Alright, pulled the chicken out. Now it's time to put the noodles in. So turn it up on high over here. And then these veggies look like they're about ready to go. Gotta cook the leaf. Cook it off. We'll just keep cooking little by little on its own. And time to toss in the noodles. One on this side. And then I'll put one on this side. And these cook so fast too. Alright, here's my favorite part. Time to take the noodles out. Turn this off right here. Grab this bad boy right here. Put it into that little sauce we made. Right there. Make sure there's nothing left. Do it again with this one. And then we toss them a bit in the sauce. Should get like all that goodness everywhere. It smells so good. Same thing with this guy. Toss them in the sauce. Then throw some of this chicken right here for grandma. Veggies. And then my second favorite part, broth. Okay, Mike, yours is ready. Some green onions on here. Bam! Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. Can you drink some of the soup, Mike? I just want to see if you like it. Hope it's good. Oh, you like it? Yes! Ding, ding, ding. So that's the presentable version. This is the protein pack version because obviously I'm on a diet. I gotta hit my macros, but that's what we got. Some healthy soup action, heartwarming, and CUNY. Alright, finishing up my last batch of macros with a Fairlife milk, high protein milk, and some caramel rice crackers. And then now I'm gonna go and hang out with my date, which is Jill's mom, and watch some TV. See you guys tomorrow. Good night.